interesting that you can get into these Zooms without the host, so that's great though. Well, it's so nice to meet you, Barbara. You how long have you been with PartnerCo for?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just messaging Ilana.
I was just on the phone
Yeah,
to her.
when she comes on, if she can hit record, that would be super, and then she can get the link. That's what she did because I just finished another training with her as well, so she can get that done.
Yeah, of course. It's already recording though, Barbara. She must have had a preset.
Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Oh,
Hi, gals. Hello,
um,
everybody.
hi.
Hi, everyone. This is so exciting. We've got obviously Barbara and James in here, and we are chomping at the bit to learn more about these products because I know that we've already got some sales on the road, and you ladies have been emptying carts and loading carts, and Alana Hinks is in the house. Hey, Alana.
Hey, do you want me to mute you all so I love having the power of being able to mute you all. I wish I could have that power in real life. No, I'm only joking. I love you all to bits. You know that. But there is a little bit of like, what do they say about that joke about what you say in sarcasm? There's always a little bit of truth behind it. I'm going to unmute the fabulous Barbara. Just, are you guys ready? Because this is going to blow your mind. Like, honestly, I've had the pleasure of working with Barbara now only just for a real short 6 months. But besides the fact, firstly, that her and I are exactly the same height. So watch out, guys, because there's giants in disguise. And so I love it when I can look somebody in the eye. And but also she's a little powerhouse, amazing in all of her attributes. This is our Vice President of Health and Nutrition. Recently promoted and so well deserved. Barbara Cox-Lovesy is a naturopath. She's a nutritionist. She is an author. She's an entrepreneur. She is just the most dynamic human that you're going to meet. And you honestly, this for all of you ingredients humans that just love this, get your notebooks ready because you're about to have your minds absolutely blown. So I'm going to throw over to Barbara. We're going to put comments into the chat, and then Annika at the end will then go through that for everybody and answer those questions. I've got to jump off, so yeah,
You can make me.
what am I going to do? I'm going to make Barbara host so she can share. And then I'm going to also, what am I going to do? That's fine. All done. Over to you.
Do you want to make me co-host, Alana, just in case some people are trying to get in and Barbara's on the Zoom?
There's no, for some reason hold on. I might be able to do that. Barbara, over to you whilst I do that because I don't want to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the great introduction. That's absolutely wonderful. And, welcome, welcome, welcome. So a little bit more about me. I have actually been with the company since 2017. So, it is just a fabulous company to work for. Speaking from an employee point of view, I came in the RX days. This was a question that came up in the last Zoom, so I'm going to address it here. So I started in the RX days in 2017 and went through the whole buyout and sort of amalgamation of a couple of brands that we have. And so you're going to see this throughout. You're going to see some different products from different companies, but all under now the PartnerCo umbrella. I absolutely adore my job, absolutely adore working here at PartnerCo. And John and Darren, the owners of the company, really, really are super guys. I can't stress that enough. I feel very empowered in my position, and that is the exact word Darren used with me in my one-to-ones. He says, Barbara, I want you to feel really empowered in this position. And so when your boss tells you that, you've got an amazing company to work with, and honestly, the leadership, you're right, James, is really phenomenal here as well, and just getting better and going from strength to strength. Saying that, we are all accessible. You know, it's not the you and us. We really have a partnership. We really are a team. So anything to do with questions, with products, always go through the partner support team. They have a hotline to me. James has a hotline to me. James has a very good hotline to me. Alana has a hotline to me. So again, you know, we can answer all of your questions around the products, because all the questions start when you start using the products and sharing the products. So you know, the sort of training that I'm going to do right now is a very high level training, okay? Because we have so many people on the call, we're going to keep it high. We can do these trainings all the time, all right? But let's just keep it really high level, just to give you an overview of a handful of our products that have been chosen for me to speak about tonight. Yeah, woohoo, product parties. I love it. I love those. And so if you have any questions, like Alana said, put them in the chat, because I'm just gonna speak, okay? And I might answer your questions as I speak, but then at the end, I've got time to go through all of your questions as well, which is really good. So let me share my screen. And how come that isn't? Okay, just a sec. Should, there we go, be right there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hopefully you can see my screen. Just a little thumbs up so I can, anything, thumbs up? Yeah, perfect. There we go. There we go. Super stuff. Okay, look, I want to start here because this is really important, and this is what makes our company stand out above all of the rest. And this really is our 6-step quality testing. Now, what I am going to urge you to do is go onto the PartnerCo website and look in the blogs, because this explains it even more as well. But I'm just going to touch really quickly on this and how I'm involved in this process as well. The first step is certificate of analysis. Now, this is a document. So here at PartnerCo, we do things very differently. We actually have a product sourcing team. One of the team members I work with so closely, Ishak, he is amazing. PartnerCo sources its own raw ingredients. We do not leave that to the manufacturer. We source it ourselves, because when we get a sample of the raw ingredient, we test it for a document called a certificate of analysis. On the certificate of analysis, we are testing for yeast, we're testing for molds, we're testing for heavy metals, making sure none of these things are present in that raw material. We're testing for 100% active ingredient, 100% bioavailability. We're testing for the exact species that we are looking for, linked to the Latin name, because let's face it, if you take a look at aloe vera, for instance, there's like 100 different types of aloe vera, but don't forget, all of our formulations are backed by science. So we take a look at the science. We want the exact species that's in the science that links back to the product. So we are taking a look at in that detail. Then what we do from there is we send the raw ingredient to the manufacturer. This is where step 2 comes in. The manufacturer duplicates all the testing to make sure it matches that raw ingredient is exactly what the supplier sent, right? So you know, we trust our suppliers, but we want to trust the process, and we have all these processes in place to make sure that exactly what we have tested in the raw ingredient is exactly what is sent to the supplier to make the product. Okay, this is so important. So that manufacturer, before we even start making the product, is testing all of those raw ingredients for that ingredient verification. Then we go into step number 3. Step number 3 is when we start making the product. This is when a member from PartnerCo goes to the manufacturer. This is one of my favorite parts of my job, by the way. Okay. I love going to the manufacturer when they are making the products. It is an incredible process. My background, which I haven't told you about, is actually manufacturing food. So I started one of the UK's top healthy meal delivery companies, and we grew it to a big company, and I sold it after 12 years. We had all of our products in supermarkets and everything. So manufacturing for me is incredible. This is an exciting bit. So when I go to the manufacturer, oh my goodness, I put them through their paces because I understand the industry. So I take samples, okay? I do not let the manufacturer take samples. This is a protocol at PartnerCo. A staff member, we take our own samples from the beginning of the production, the middle of the production, the end of the production. I will just take them off of the manufacturing rotor that goes around, okay? So they have no idea what I'm taking. I am taking samples and testing that the beginning, middle, and end of the batch, every single batch that we produce, okay, is the exact same as the formula, the activity. We have standardized supplementation. That means that every capsule, every 2 scoops of product needs to have exactly what is on the label. This is what standardized supplementation means. This testing process proves that. So then we go to step 4, that product accuracy. We are testing for everything, not only at our own lab that we have in Utah, okay, but we also, in number 6, you'll hear what we do. Then we have the in-house inspection. This is when the quality team comes in. So the R&D team leave the manufacturing, the quality team actually come in and do all of their in-house inspections. Obviously, we use the best manufacturers who have all the certifications to the highest level, FDA approved, NSF approved, everything. But they check everything else. So the quality team are super important in here. And then third-party verifications. This is when we ask third-party companies like the Cologne list for anti-doping and everything. We ask them to purchase our product. We refund them the purchase price, right? But we have no idea where they're purchasing it from. It could be from you, a brand partner, a blind order of our products. So they blind test our products from all over the world to make sure that exactly what is on the label is exactly what is in the product, to exactly test that there's nothing, no substances outside of there. Honestly, it really is fantastic. And we have the greatest certifications giving you peace of mind. One of those certifications is our anti-doping Cologne list, which I'll talk about in a minute, to make sure that professional athletes can use our products that are safe, effective. There is no banned substances in there. We have Olympic teams using our products because of this high testing that we do, that they will never be banned from a sport using our products because they are the best on the market. So that kind of gives you an overview of why our products really stand out, okay? So we have a lot of different ranges. There's different products in different countries. So I have been asked just to choose a few for the Australian market and just do a little bit of an overview on those. So Optimal M. Optimal M is part of a duo. Optimal M is the minerals. Optimal V is the vitamins. So Optimal M has all of our vital minerals, okay, our calcium, magnesium, potassium, selenium, plus some other trace elements and superfood micronutrients, as you can see here on the slide. Now, these are practitioner strength. They are optimal, which means they're not at this bare minimum level of RDAs. They are much stronger. So we are correcting deficiencies in the body, and we are actually helping the body to achieve optimal level, making sure that we're remineralizing the bones, helping the nervous system, optimal cellular function around the body, and we are correcting deficiencies that have potentially been caused by either illness, disease, malnutrition, all of the above, okay? With the greatest will in the world, unfortunately, our food chain isn't the best, and we live in a very fast-paced environment that, you know, what's on your breakfast, lunch, and dinner plate might not be the balanced ratios that you actually need to get optimal level of nutrition. Now, all of you are business athletes, as far as I'm concerned. You're either this is your full-time job, or you are juggling family, other commitments with work, and this as well. And so therefore, we need our brains and our body working to the top level. This product will actually do it. Great for, so I must just say, all of our products are registered for age 18 plus, okay? So we have a couple for kids, which I'm gonna talk about tonight as well, but this is the one because of the high recommended daily amounts in this. It really is an adult dose. If you have questions, by the way, pop them in the chat. We're going to go through those later. Vinali. Here in Europe, our #1 bestseller, and I know in other countries as well. This is my favorite product, hands down. I've been using this since 2017, and I really feel it is one of the best anti-aging products that we have. So, you know, when I talk about ingredients, this product has grape skin and grape seed extract in it. And you know where it's from? The land of grapes, Italy. So I'm actually in Italy right now. I'm filming some webinars for Europe, and I'm going to be visiting the manufacturer. The manufacturer of the grape skin and grape seed extract is a huge farm just outside of Italy. So I'm going to be going there, making sure you know the supplier is great. These grapes have the highest level of the antioxidant called resveratrol. Resveratrol is amazing for your skin. And so this product really helps with the formation of collagen within the skin. We have the citrus bioflavonoids that are also in there. It is a powerhouse, high dose to help with your immune system, but obviously your skin. No claims here, okay? I'm really, really conscious of claims. And I'm really glad that Alana has actually jumped off, because I can talk a little bit off record. I hope she's off anyway. So I'm gonna go off record. So this product here in Europe is honestly our #1 bestseller. And if anyone is following some of our leaders and brand partners here in Europe, you will know that they love to show off their bodies. This product is amazing for cellulite. Okay, and the cellulite reduction that we have with this is incredible. It is not an official claim that we can make, but they show it in photos. It is unbelievable. And so again, don't forget that collagen and that skin health is not just for your face and neck. Okay, it's like for everywhere. So start following some of our brand partners, because they love showing off their bodies here in Europe. So it really is a fabulous product. And you know, it's one of those time-tested ones. We have thousands of testimonials. Rejuvenex. Rejuvenex is a very interesting product. I'm a really clean eater, obviously, you know, and clean drinker. I don't drink alcohol, not for any religious reasons, but it just doesn't suit my body at all. But if there's one thing that I do love, it's coffee. And for those of you who know me, I limit my coffee to 3 coffees a day, but because I get the jitters. If I have too much coffee, I get the jitters. But with Rejuvenex, you don't. So Rejuvenex is amazing. It is a natural thermogenic. Okay, so we have the green coffee bean, they're Arabica coffee beans. Again, we know exactly where they're from and the species of those, but it's mixed with L-theanine. Now, all of our L-theanine in our products comes from a green tea. Okay, so what happens is we're boosting our natural energy levels with the Rejuvenex. Then the caffeine is attached to the L-theanine, okay, which is an amino acid. It attaches it and it drip feeds it into the body over a 4-hour period. So you are boosting your immune system, you're boosting your energy, you're boosting your focus, you're boosting your metabolism for 4 hours while this stays in the body. It is just phenomenal. If you're on a weight loss journey and you reach a plateau, this is one of the products that I will put in. Because it's a thermogenic. We're going to be, burning more fat stores, giving you the energy, and it is just phenomenal. There's a big warning that has to come with this. Do not take this product at night unless you want to pull an all-nighter. Okay. So my youngest daughter is 24, and she's a lawyer, finished university, and she used Rejuvenex through all of her exams. This is an amazing product for anyone taking university exams, okay? Because she had the concentration, she had the focus, because that L-theanine really helps to sharpen your focus, elevates your mood. So it's not giving you jitters. It is just an ultra focus product. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Just love this product. The next one is Magna-Cal D. Now, I am of a certain age, okay, where I do not want those negative symptoms of menopause affecting my body. All right. So I take a look at Magna-Cal D. One of the symptoms of menopause is osteoporosis. So I really want to make sure that I am preventing that degrading of my minerals in my body. Sorry, I'm just gonna grab some water. Magna-Cal D is phenomenal for this. We have magnesium, we have calcium, we have vitamin D. We also have the vitamin K. And what this actually does is this formula is 100% bioactive, okay, and bioavailable ingredients to remineralize our bones in a very effective way. Of course, there's so many benefits to vitamin D, from boosting your mood to helping with long COVID issues. Again, another claim we can't make about long COVID, but it is real. As well as helping to remineralize the bones, boosting our immune system. Magnesium, this is a product, which is why you can see here the Colonelist certification we have on this. I am a very, very active person. And this year I cycled from Bangkok in Thailand to Siem Reap in Cambodia. It took me 16 days. My husband and I like to do crazy adventurous things, okay? So you're going to get used to seeing me do those things, but I use the products to support that. Throughout that whole time, I did not have one muscle cramp. And that is because I was taking Magna-Cal D, making sure I had the proper magnesium levels in my muscles, recovering from such intense exercise. This is why it has the Colonelist certification, amazing for professional Olympic athletes or just anyone who goes to the gym, right? You know, this really is a super product. So again, an all-round fabulous product. Our probiotics. Now, excuse me, because this is an old photo. Okay, we have a new bottle that we have sourced, which actually, you know, the little desiccant things that you get in products, which you actually throw away, but it removes the moisture. We have created the most amazing packaging and created a bottle that has the desiccant, 3 layers of desiccant inside the bottle. So we don't have to have those little pouches, okay? And it is absolutely phenomenal. Can I just say, just a little tip here? I save the bottles. And I actually use the bottles for other things. Like if I'm traveling, because it has this desiccant, okay, so I might put like another powder in there if I don't want to take a whole pouch. You know, to save these new probiotic bottles with the desiccant and use them for other things, okay, around the house. I always love little home little trick things. This is what I love about our packaging. You can use it around the house. So anyway, back to probiotics. We have 15 strains in a dose of 20 billion live bacteria per capsule. We have a time-released capsule because we want to bypass that stomach acid, which takes about 15 to 20 minutes for this, 15 minutes to 2 hours for this product, okay, to bypass that stomach acid to reach the lower colon where it is designed to dissolve in that environment, recolonizing your microbiome exactly where it needs it. There's so many things, unfortunately, in our daily life that can kill live bacteria. You know, it can be stress, it can be junk food. Unfortunately, it can be caffeine and alcohol as well. So if you're having those things, fluoride in your water, stress, junk food, all those things kill the natural microbiome. So this is a daily product to help top everything up as well. I just think it's brilliant for reducing bloating. It's great for helping you feel fuller. It's great for getting that intuition back. You know, that mind-gut connection, those directional, bi-directional messages from our mind to our gut to our mind. They start to become clearer because we are fueling the body, and those live cultures are live. Okay, they're speaking to their body. They're actually doing something. And in the high practitioner strength dose that we have here, 20 billion CFU, that's colony forming units, are just incredible. So again, you don't need to keep it in the refrigerator because we don't want any moisture in there affecting the product. And of course it is, temperature controlled within the time released capsule itself. I always see other, companies have probiotics on the market, especially if you walk into a health food store, they've got a refrigerator full of them. You go into a supermarket, some customers say, oh, I don't need this because I drink yogurt or I eat yogurt. It's like, yeah, but that's refrigerated. So take a look at the common sense of this here, right? Your body is 37 degrees. If you are using a refrigerated probiotic product from a supermarket or from a health food store, it's going to die as soon as it goes into your body anyway, because your body is 37 degrees. It's not at 5 degrees of a refrigerator. So, there's some real amazing science behind how this product works. So just some common sense again, how we have a different product. Elite. I love this product. This is one of the most popular products, again, for hair, skin, nails, that adaptogenic herbal product that we have. What is phenomenal about this product is the ingredients. We have astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is that red color pigment. It's a naturally occurring carotenoid. Carotenoids are amazing for the body because they help to reduce inflammation. All disease starts with inflammation. I talk a lot about the diseases of civilization: cancer, heart disease, diabetes, mental health issues, obesity. These are all caused by our society, how we, over the last 100 years, have made so many civilization changes that our body can't necessarily keep up. So again, we want to take a look at reducing that inflammation all the time on a daily basis. So astaxanthin, ashwagandha, amazing for the normal psychological function and improving your mood. This is an ancient healing herb that in Ayurvedic medicine has been used for over 2,000 years. It has so many clinical trials and trusted. Again, we use the exact active form and dose of ashwagandha that is attached to the best scientific research. We make sure we have that active dose in Elite. It is a powdered sachet that you mix with water. It turns pink. Who doesn't love to drink a pink drink? That tastes amazing. A blueberry pomegranate flavor as well. Boosting our immune system, helping your hair, skin, and nails. Low glycemic, gluten-free, vegan. Amazing product. Again, throw your questions in there. We will, this is high level, right? So we'll drill down. Tahitian noni juice. Okay, Tahitian noni juice. When we amalgamated all the companies, when John and Darren bought PartnerCo, those are the owners, by the way, John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist. Okay, so when I talk about John and Darren, they're the owners of the company. They bought a company called Mirinda. Mirinda has been at the forefront of Tahitian noni juice for over 30 years. This product, honestly, has so many clinical trials and claims, but as you know, we are so governed by claims in Australia, but also here in Europe as well, that we, the R&D team, have created a website, www.noniresearch.org. The R&D team own this website, by the way, okay? So we put all of the clinical trials, all of the studies, 37 clinical trials, 120 research papers. It has a search bar. If you want to search tumor, if you want to search menopause, go to this website. It will give you the clinical trials on how it can help potential customers with ailments, because we can't make the claim, but it is a healing juice. So many amazing, transformational, heart-wrenching stories on how this product has healed people. There's no other way to put it. This product is registered for children as well, by the way. This is for the whole family. So here in Europe, it's registered from age 4 to 114. Okay. So if you're within that age group, 4 to 114, this product is for you. Now, Mirinda and USA registrations are from birth. All right, but just check the registration in Australia. I also think it's from age 4. But like our products, if you're the brand partner, if you're the governing parent, grandparent, look, if you want to give this to your children, then just use your common sense, but do not shout about it on social media, okay? Because you're going to get me into trouble. Okay, but I want you to use your common sense. But yes, this product is miraculous. Honestly, beyond miracles have happened with this product. The great claims that we can make is that it boosts your energy. All right. Did you know that 87% of customers see a boost in energy within 4 days of using this product? How amazing is that? It helps with vitamin and mineral absorption. It helps to detox the body. It helps with weight loss. It helps with everything. This is your daily foundation. Now, I want to talk about something super serious here, because this is what sets Tahitian noni juice apart from all the other noni products that are out there. The species. Tahitian noni. Tahitian noni is a species, Mirinda citrifolia. There's so much fake noni out there. There's Indian noni, there's Hawaiian noni, there's USA noni, there's Spanish noni, there's Italian noni. Honestly, every single friggin' country grows noni, but they don't grow Tahitian noni Mirinda citrifolia. Okay, this is what I'm talking about with the species. We actually own and exclusively have rights to use Tahitian noni juice because of its very high iridoid count. There's over 175 different phytonutrients in Tahitian noni. One of those compounds is called iridoids. Iridoids is what protects the noni fruit from attack and disease. Noni fruit is always looking perfect. Doesn't have bruises, doesn't have any attacks, diseases, nothing. We also want to look perfect. Okay, noni fruit is amazing because of these iridoids. So science tells us that we get that same protection when we consume noni fruit. Now, you can see here we have 60 milligrams of iridoids per 100 mils of Tahitian noni juice. We test for this. This is the most important point, because if you want the healing power of iridoids, you need to make sure you are getting that active dose, and you are. So it is incredible. It is something we take very seriously. We've also added 2 other great tasting antioxidants, grape and blueberry extracts. Again, the Tahitian noni is a very bitter taste, and the grape and blueberry not only have that superfood antioxidant value, but it also adds to the taste. The formula has not changed in over 30 years. We have 89% Tahitian noni juice, Tahitian noni fruit in this formula. 89%, 5.5% grape and 5.5% blueberry. But the active ingredients will always be the 60 milligrams per 100 mils of Tahitian noni. Super, super important here. Okay, we have a body balance system, and this is where we get into the drops. Okay, we have day and night drops and some other products. I was asked to speak about the day and night drops and the Giving Greens. So we have the day and night drops. These are adaptogenic herbal drops that help with all of the common barriers to weight loss. So all of the drops we have and the ingredients that we've chosen help with these common barriers to weight loss. They help with food cravings. They help keep you fuller for longer. They help with the digestion of complex carbohydrates. They help to reduce inflammation. They help to give you that sort of willpower. They also help to regulate that stress hormone cortisol. When we get cortisol under control, again, we're naturally reducing inflammation, but we are also naturally targeting belly fat. So there's some amazing things that's happening with this beautiful formula. It's like a thermogenic as well, okay? So we have the guarana seed and the green tea. And again, we're boosting the metabolism with a little bit of that caffeine. We have a great tasting cacao flavor. We have holy basil, cordyceps. These adaptogenic herbs really help the body to adapt to stress. And when we're helping the body to adapt to stress, we are lowering those cortisol levels naturally. We have the L-theanine to help with the drip feed of the products into the body, a little bit like the Rejuvenex. L-theanine attaching to the caffeine, helping it work within the body over a longer period of time, but also promoting that feeling of calmness, that back in control feeling. So everything that really helps with the weight loss journey. We have, and I just wanted to explain because we have some people here on from the USA as well, and those drops are different. In the USA, we have a homeopathic system, again, still helping the exact same barriers to weight loss. And in the EU market and Australia market, we have the 100% herbal drops. But we also have the Easy Snap day and night drops as well. So there's a different delivery system depending on what you're looking for. Now, the ingredients in the day and night drops were first launched in Japan last year. I launched them when we had our PXP. So the which is one of our big events every year in Japan, and the formula is ever so slightly different, but still again tackling those barriers to weight loss. So we have that white kidney bean extract, really helps you with the digestion of those complex carbohydrates, and also helps you sort of feeling full. The cacao extract, we have the caffeine, and you can see all of the ingredients in there. One of the main differences is that we are putting that Tahitian noni, that Morinda citrifolia, to help with the absorption of the ingredients and as well to help with the detox and facilitation of weight loss. So all of those amazing ingredients in there as well. And I believe this could be our final product that I'm speaking about before we go to some questions, is the Giving Greens. So the Giving Greens is part of our body balance range, but also you'll see the word Slenderize, which we are switching between Slenderize into the body balance. So 2 scoops give us 2 pounds or 90 grams of these greens, vegetables. Okay, so we are getting every single type of green leafy vegetable you can think of is in this product. It is absolutely loaded with green leafy vegetables. We have some sprouted seeds for that live nutrition. We have a beautiful enzyme blend helping with your digestion as well. This product tastes fantastic. And even better on your weight loss journey, it's only 15 to 20 calories per serving. How great is that? But you can mix it with some other vegetables like blueberries or strawberries if you want to bulk it out and make a different shake with it. The only thing we ask you not to do is heat the product. Okay, don't heat any of our products. Some people like to cook with our products, but we do not want to heat the products, which can change the molecular structure of the ingredients as well. Okay, woo! All right. Now let's take a look.
Barbara,
I know that was just, yeah.
wow. Is everybody give Barbara a round of applause? My God, that was insane. They said that you were very good at your words and being able to show us how to market it, and you've just blown me away. We are so honored to have you on here, Barbara. And I've got a heap of questions that I wrote down at the start so people didn't get lost.
Great.
Can Rejuvenex be given to people with high blood pressure?
Yeah, it can. I mean, obviously, some people with high blood pressure are, if they're on medication, you know, the caffeine can actually boost that a little bit more. So our kind of stance is this, okay? These are food supplements. Food supplements are categorized that they do not come with any contraindications, which is great. So there's no contraindications with any medicines, but there's so many medicines that are on the market that we always ask for you to double check with their own doctor, okay? GP, general practitioner, health practitioner, just to double check, just to make sure it's okay. But yeah, in my mind, there's no problems whatsoever.
Wonderful. The other question was what magnesium is in the MAGD?
We use a magnesium chelate. So we have attached magnesium to an amino acid, I'm calling it a magnesium oxide, but we've also mixed it with a rice bran and coconut oil. So what this does is it gives us this amazing combination and absorption.
Awesome. God, I love it how much you know your stuff. This is incredible. What products are bioavailable and bioactive? Are they all the powders or?
Every single ingredient is
Yeehaw.
100% bioavailable and bioactive. We test that throughout your whole shelf life. At the end of the shelf life, your product is still 100% bioactive and bioavailable. Brett West, our head of research and development, takes that on. Honestly, it is great. Another question, just adding on to that, Annika, is that I'm often asked by some brand partners like, oh, I bought a few extra Venali and they've been sitting in my cupboard and, you know, it's 3 months past the sell-by date. Legally, we can't sell that. Legally, I can't tell you to take it. But common sense is at 3 months, when that product finished its sell-by date, it was still 100% active and bioavailable, okay? No yeast, no mold, no anything on that product. So after 3 months, not that I really want you taking it, but it's not going to be zero. Okay. So, you know, yeah, honestly, we take that immensely serious.
Yeah, well, that's great to know, guys. And especially because some people do have customers and they have their products and then they forget them. And then we to answer that or even answer that for us.
Exactly.
The BPA, obviously, we would have to be BPA free, wouldn't we?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. I just saw it and then I was like, I'm quite certain. And that noni bottle is glass.
We're really hot on that. Those environmental toxins really do build up in the body. And, you know, we do not want that delivery system. We use food grade packaging that is BPA free. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And a probiotic, can a probiotic be dairy free? Because the question asked, but I didn't think a probiotic could.
Vegan, dairy free, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right. And where is the probiotic grown from?
We use a water-based probiotic with the live cultures. Yeah, does that help?
Yeah.
I can't go through each one of the 15,
No,
but
it's okay. It's just
yeah.
great. Obviously some of the girls are quite in,
It
yeah,
is registered gluten-free and vegan, and we have that certification. Yeah.
wow, that's so amazing. Somebody asked, we always got told to take your probiotic at night is your best optimal time. Would you suggest with somebody?
It depends on your healing cycle, and it depends what other products that you're taking. Consistency is always the best. You know what? For me, in my busy schedule, I take them all at once, right? And I take them in between my lunch and my dinner because that's when I remember to take it. And that is the most consistent daily time for me. But find a schedule that suits yourself. You can take them at night and click into a healing process if you want to, or you can take them during the day where they're active as well. It doesn't matter.
I think people knowing a probiotic, and there's some new people on here, that your microbiome expects to be fed. So if you start on a probiotic, it waits for it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dementia. Somebody asked about dementia. Do we have anything to help the brain? Would that be elite?
We have a lot of products that actually help reduce inflammation. Obviously, we can't make any claims that it is targeted to brain health, but also take a look at the Tahitian noni, okay?
Yeah.
So yes, you want to be looking at elite Tahitian noni. Don't forget Magna D also gets reduces a lot of inflammation, and you know we do want to be fueling that brain in many particular ways, and also Vinali. Vinali is fantastic. Those high antioxidants, the resveratrol, really good for brain health. The vitamin C, that will also help as well.
Awesome.
I don't know if you have the omegas in your market, but we have the most amazing omega-3 supplement, but it might not be in your market.
Yeah, I know, Louise, you were talking about omegas today, so maybe that's something that we could ask corporate, and if we could get that into our market.
Yeah.
Iron deficiency, we get a lot of that, and we used to have a mineral drink, a colloided mineral drink that we loved. What would be like either any sort of equivalent to a colloidal iron drink, or for iron deficiency in that range?
So you can actually take a look at Optimal M. So that is our mineral supplementation. So Optimal M will have that same absorption and bioavailability of all of the minerals. But what Optimal M also has is alpha lipoic acid. And alpha lipoic acid, that one ingredient, helps to extend the metabolic lifespan of all those minerals and antioxidants. So when they're in the body, they're staying in your body for a lot longer as well. Incredible ingredient.
Oh, so good. I'm just having a look on here. Saru asked if the products are TGO approved, or because we bring them as a food. Is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure with that approval for Australia. That would be a quality question, but we can find out. Or actually, I do know that they are approved by, I know all of the European approvals for all of those, and they are approved all in Europe by the European standard, which I would imagine is the same equivalent. So we will have a process that it goes through. Maybe ask Alana or the partner support team. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. We used to say here, obviously, we're pharmaceutical grade, non-toxic, all of that sort of thing. Is that going to be something that we could say, and is there somewhere that we could find any of those?
So we cannot categorically, for regulatory reasons, claim that, because we are a food supplement. So you can't say a food supplement is pharmaceutical grade. That would be a registration for a medical supplement, okay, which is a different registration, but they are. They are. And again, this is the difference between speaking and writing, okay?
Yeah.
Because the authorities, we can't write this. Of course, they're non-toxic, even down to our packaging that we use as well. And this is what the certificate of analysis proves. That certificate of analysis, there's no harmful chemicals in there. There's no harmful heavy metals. All those kinds of things are, there's no yeast, there's no mold, there's no parasites. Those are in the certificate of analysis. So can we say it's toxic free? I could prove it to the authorities, but I don't want to have to go down that route. Do you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
test it, we know 100%, but let's keep the authorities out of there. So we can speak it in closed groups, but we do not want to be sharing that type of information in social media.
And I think
Pharmaceutical grade, I like to say they're practitioner strength, right? Because you know, and again, difficult writing that one down. But I mean, look, your supermarket grade is not going to be a practitioner strength because they're not going to go through the full quality testing that we have. So you know, we can fight that one. Do you know what I mean? They just need to look at our 6-step quality testing, which is on our website in a blog, and that we do for everything. So again, quantify what you say and use a disclaimer if you're going to put it on social media. But we can pretty well quantify everything that you said. Yeah.
I love that word, quantify. What we have new mums that come to us and they're looking to get healthy. What products can a new mama take that's breastfeeding?
Okay. Do you know what our regulatory team actually say that with pregnant and breastfeeding moms, they must double check with their own GP because we do not have the case history of that mom or the new baby. Okay. So just get them to double check, but otherwise they can use all of our products. They can use everything. Don't forget, these are food products. Okay. So you are, you know, yes, if you're breastfeeding, you are passing that through to the baby. So you want to look for signs in that baby. Yeah. You know, if the baby is getting diarrhea, then, you know, or their stool is a different color, then again, you really want to be watching for the signs of the baby. The first sign is going to be the baby is getting diarrhea. And that means it's too much because that baby is just getting rid of the overload that it actually needs. So you know, just use your common sense around that one as well. And you also want to take a look if the day and night drops, then I would be a little bit careful with those because again, we are reducing that stress hormone, and don't forget we want them feeling back in control and all those kinds of things. So just be careful with that one. But and Rejuvenex, you know, look, if you want your baby up all night, then go for it, right? But a lot of them
it's
don't.
common sense.
So there has to be common sense that's used in there.
Amanda asked, I would like to know about methylated B vitamins. I thought I saw folic acid in the ingredients list.
Folic acid is in our, I would believe, Optimal V. So yes, that is one of our ingredients, Optimal V, because it's a B vitamin, B7, isn't it? B7.
Okay.
Yes. What was the question around that?
Oh, I think
so the question was, sorry, I understand that the methylated version of folic acid is folate. So if you have MTHFR gene mutation, you can't actually deal with the folic acid. So we need it in the methylated form, which is folate. So it's actually toxic to us.
Okay, we can take a look at that. But
would be amazing.
believe that we will have a form that is not going to be toxic. So our reformulators, it could just be, and this is another thing with regulatory and what is on the label, that sometimes what is on the label, the way that it is printed, is for a regulatory point of view for coming into that country. And sometimes when you take a look on the labels for different countries, it actually gives a different a way that it's written, and it's written for the regulatory in the country that we're selling the product, which causes a lot of confusion. I agree. But unfortunately, we have to register the products the way that the country wants it registered on the website and in the label. So if you look at the exact same product in Austria, for example, I always look, Austria is one of our biggest ones where we have to label everything completely differently, okay? And with all the Latin names, the Austrian label is sometimes different than the Italian label. It's confusing and causes confusion. So we can get that unconfused, if that's the
Sure,
word.
yeah, I'd love clarification around that. That would be amazing. Thank
Clarification
you.
around that coming
Thank
your
you.
way. If you please write that question to the partner support team, then we can get that 100% clarified and in writing. We love to clarify all of our questions in writing. Okay, not on voicemails, WhatsApp groups, all those kinds of things, because then we have the official, okay, official statement that you can then share.
Amazing. I love it that you guys are doing that so many times. Well, how can we help? What can we do? You guys are mind blowing. Lisa asked about gastric band surgery. They said about struggling to get the right amount of protein. What would you suggest? Obviously, it's a medical condition, but just in the sense of what we could give them to help them with that protein level, with that protein powder.
I'm not sure if you have Pure Nourish in your market. James, could you double check that for me, please? So James double check. You actually have Omega Q in your market. So you have the Omega-3 and the coenzyme Q10 supplement in Australia that you can have. So that helps. You do have Pure Nourish? Okay. Well, you have one of the best tasting vegan protein powders on the market. It has 15 different vitamins and minerals in there. You also have some live bacteria. You have some digestive enzymes, and that will help with the absorption of the pea protein for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm actually drinking it right now.
Oh, great. And I've just taken a look here, hemochromatosis with optimal M and V. Very, very interesting. A lot of people don't know about hemochromatosis, and that is especially bad because it means that you hold on to too much iron. Why do I know hemochromatosis? It's because my ex-husband, I only have 2 husbands, by the way, but my ex-husband, husband number 1, actually has hemochromatosis. So we had both my kids tested for this. It is hereditary, okay? And it's when the liver holds on to too much of the iron. And did you know that the only way for men, obviously women menstruate, so we get rid of it, but men, okay, my ex-husband still goes to the hospital once every 3 or 4 months for bloodletting. They still do that. That is the only medical process to help with hemochromatosis. Isn't that incredible? They're still doing bloodletting. But he also can't share his blood, which is such a shame because, oh my gosh, just think of all the anemic people who need his blood. So anyway, I have a lot of oh no, this one has no iron in her body. That's interesting because hemochromatosis is actually the opposite. So she is anemic. She's anemic, and there's 2 different types of anemia, B12 anemia and iron deficiency anemia. We do not have any iron in our products that we add in for the reason of hemochromatosis and how it builds up in men. But we do have naturally occurring iron in our products. All the products that have green leafy vegetables has natural iron in it. Okay, so you'll be taking a look at that. So yes, Giving Greens, 100%, James, Giving Greens.
Louise, I'm sorry, I saw yours in bold writing. I thought it was somebody put an actual post or article in. Do you want to take yourself off mute? Because I know you've got a few questions on here.
Yeah, it wasn't actually meant to be in bold writing. I'm not sure. I was,
thought it was an
I was
article.
writing them in notes when I posted them, and I thought, oh, that looks rather bold. But anyway, some of these have been answered. So one of them, Barbara, thank you. That was absolutely amazing. I could listen to you for hours. So we're used to having a liquid colloidal mineral supplement that contains 80 to 100 minerals. What is the bioavailability of Optimal M? And are these elemental minerals? And how do the cofactors enhance the bioavailability of the minerals for gut function or impaired gut function or nutrient absorption issues?
So all of them are attached to a food, okay? Some of them are chelated as well to help with the absorption. They are elemental extracts that we have, and they are 100% bioavailable. So when we take a look at that combination, and this is a legacy product from RX Days, so this has been in circulation since about want to say 2012, James, is that right? 2012. So it is a well-tested product that we actually have. So you will be getting the absorbability, remineralization, and correcting those nutritional deficiencies with this product. It also, Optimal M has a vegetable blend. Optimal V has the vegetable blend. Optimal M also has the superfruit blend, adding more nutrients in there as well, helping with absorbability.
Cool.
But we
All
can
right,
go
thank
into
you.
that. We can go into
Uh,
that a lot further.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The
I
other
know
thing
we're just out of time.
Yeah. So we used to actually promote that if you were using taking supplements, the benefits of sticking with one brand, because in the past I had seen people take 4 or 5 different brands of different supplements, and so what was happening was they were actually doubling up on some nutrients and then they were deficient in others. So given that these products, a lot of them actually come from different kind of companies, but you've brought them together, is that something that you have assessed for doubling up of ingredients? So if we were to take all of the supplements, we're not going to get lots of one thing and not enough of another.
Yeah, that's a great question. And of course, we did a lot of reformulations when we brought the companies together to deal with just that. So these that you have in the market now are reformulated to make sure that they can all go and dovetail one another very nicely. Now, saying that, obviously, if some products, and it is on the label, you might have a higher amount of niacin in you know, but again, if you're looking for a niacin flush that you might actually get from that, but you know, the B vitamins will also just wash straight out of your system. But yes, we have looked at that in detail. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So the original probiotic that we used was Bifidobacterium and Lactobacilli, which is really, really good for children because that's what they're born with in their gut flora. And I love that your probiotic has got so many different strains. So I'm assuming that it's not really ideal for children, but if it is,
it's registered for age 18 plus, and plus it has that time released capsule. So, I mean, a lot of children can't swallow the capsule.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes what we used to do before, depending on their age or their weight, we would actually give a quarter dose, or we would give, you know, some of the culture, depending on their age.
Again, absolutely. So from a regulatory point of view, this is where, you know, they strap me from saying certain things. All right. And so again, I'm going to go slightly off record here. The regulatory response I have to give you, all right, is that these are registered for age 18 plus, so they're not for children. But like I said earlier, is that if you're the parent and if you're a practitioner yourself, and if you want to change the dose that's on the label, I cannot tell you to do that for legal reasons. But common sense for you, or it can make those changes and make those recommendations.
I think probably because it's got so many strains.
We can have those conversations offline.
Yeah. Maybe slightly older children rather than babies. You've answered Amanda's question on a methylated B. So do any of the markets have, or are you planning to bring into Australia any supplements for gut repair? So we use colostrum. L-glutamine obviously is very powerful, and I can see that you've got L-glutamine in the night drops, but only in a very small amount. I would say that every single one of us here is going to run with a gut protocol, a gut program. So, you know, what we would love to see is, obviously we've got a great probiotic, but we need something to shut down that gut wall. And then to re-inoculate the gut, cleanse the blood with all the greens or whatever. And the other thing is actually looking at a liver product, because previously we would always bring in a liver product to detox the liver so we can fully heal the gut.
We do not have colostrum, but we do have glutathione here in Europe. But it is in our Carbonix product that we have, but it is nowhere else in in any other markets. So again, yes, we have different products. They're just not in your market. Yeah.
Would there be any chance in the future of actually getting a colostrum or a specific targeted?
We can make those
repair?
recommendations to the research and development team. Yeah, for sure. But it is not in our 2025 release of new products. And
Okay.
of course, then we have to take a look at whether we can get a registration in the Australian market. We are always open to hearing from you about products that you want. There's a very specific protocol. James knows that protocol. I talk about it all the time. We have products. We have actually about 40 products that we are in researching now, creating, testing, all those kinds of things. It is something that we take very seriously, and we are always looking at new stuff. And when I create stuff, I actually tell James, we've done so many different things, and hey, what do you think of this? And can we get a shelf life? Can we get a registration? Would this be a product that you sell? I mean, I do speak to James an awful lot about this. We had that big meeting last week, remember, with and all those kinds of things. So we are super, super open to that. If you think that you can sell, $1 million worth of products, okay, minimum, then we are going to create it for your market and sell it. I mean, like that's it. If you can do that and you can prove it, then of course we're going to support you, and we're going to create it, and we're going to do it. That's what we did with Carbonix here in Europe. It's one of our top 10 selling products. We created a product that cleansed the body. We wanted certain ingredients. We wanted that liver cleansing glutathione. It's a product I personally created, and one of our top 10 bestsellers. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a product called colostrum that actually had maca in it. And what I loved about colostrum, so we know that it's TGA approved. We know that it was okay in Australia. What I absolutely loved about it was that it was brilliant for babies and children. And I feel at the minute we really don't have much in the range that we can offer to young mums and babies and children. So just by the very nature, if we could bring that product in, it's going to have a really broad market. And it is phenomenal for healing the gut.
Great. Pop that in an email and to Alana, and she can forward it to us. Can I just tell you something about registrations for children? If you register a product for children and it is denied, they also take away your adult registration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So if we have a registration of a product for adults, and then we apply for the children's registration, and for some reason, I mean, do you know what? These authorities, they change the goalposts all the time, right? So if they change something in the goalpost, they will remove the adult registration, which means we also cannot sell the product in that country. So we have a whole regulatory team that take care of that. I do not get involved in that, by the way, because it's like just a mind-blowing exercise. So we can take it.
And look, we never had it in writing that we used it in children. There's a huge amount of research for it, but I totally get that. It was
we are on the same page.
Word. Yeah. And that's really it, because you've answered the last one. So thank you very much.
And I've got to jump, guys. I'm so sorry. Because
I was just about to cut in to say Alana gave me strict instructions. You have the hour, so I'm grateful.
I'm on a super tight schedule. Sorry. We're actually filming here in Europe, so I've got the marketing team with me here, and we are jumping into filming now. So thank you so much, everybody. Barbara. Any questions, please remember, send them to the partner support team. Okay. And I work alongside the partner support team, training them to make sure that they can answer all of your questions as well. So thank you so much again, everyone.
Barbara, could you just make me co-host? Can you make me host if you can before you go?
You
know how to do that?
How do
just
I
go to my
that?
3 dots, my 3 dots on my face.
Yeah, I'm on my 3 dots.
And click on it, and it should say make host.
No.
If you go to Annika's screen, and then on the top screen, right, there's 3 white dots. and then you click there.
Thanks, James.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
There we go.
Thank you. And thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much again, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. How good was she? My goodness, that was amazing. Oh, I hope you guys have oodles of notes, and obviously we'll have that recording and we'll just put it into a link so you guys can share it with whoever you want to share it with. But we have 98 on here. We had 120 at one stage, and obviously people have jumped off. But I just wanted to say welcome to everybody that is on here. And James, do you want to just say hello again? Because I know there was only 50 when you came in.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Such an honor to be here. Welcome to the family. I know this team loves health and nutrition, so I hope that was what you came for. That was amazing.
Oh, she's a weapon. She really is, isn't she? So everybody, this is obviously James, and he's been helping us a lot with our onboarding, and I can't wait for you guys to all more deep dive into it with the AI and the boards and starting to be able to feel comfortable with these products, because I know that products mean a lot to all of you, because that's how we all got started, right? And I think the more we go into these formulations, we're going to be mind blown. And if you're stuck with anything at all, remember ChatGPT. When we first started this, we didn't have that. I used to go to every fact sheet and Google every ingredient to try and find anything that I could have above everybody else. Now you can upload images, upload ingredients into chat and say, break this down. Why does these products matter? What can these do? What can these products do for somebody's health? And he can give it to you. So even PDFs it can read. And then you can ask chat to give me ways on how to be able to promote this on my socials. So he can be a great best friend for you right now when you're trying to learn about this. And we don't have to go so much old school. We can use an AI that reads 3,000 words per minute. And if any of you want training on that, I'm more than happy to start us off with that for our first Zoom call. And I know that we've got so many on here, and there are so many new faces that is coming into Good Gang. And I just wanted to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm just so honored and privileged. And I know Louise, there's going to be so many great things that we can all do together, and we can help each other. And we're very much about collaborating. And if there's anything that you want more of, or you need help with, or if you're sitting on the fence still, guys, we are just here to help and assist. And we just want to welcome you with open arms, because we really feel like we've found a great home here. And having James being so close to corporate and being so long in this industry, he's a wealth of knowledge about products and comp plan, and even picking his brain. So I just wanted to say that for you guys. I'm very tired. My eyes are very sore. So I'll go to bed tonight and sleep like a baby. But Louise, did you want to say anything, or did anybody want to?
No, just thank you so much, Annika, for organizing all of these. James, really looking forward to jumping in on some more Zoom calls with you. For any of you who know Eris, who is my upline for many, many years, and Louise Knowles and Vicky and Zia, I met with Eris today. She retired about 8 years ago, and she's coming back in. So yeah, incredible news.
Oh.
Maybe not super active, but her knowledge in natural health is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, we're very, very blessed. It's just going to be the most incredible team that we're putting together here.
Oh, well, we are.
Say thank you, Louise. Thank you, Annika, for all the hard work you guys have been doing in the last 4 or 5 days. And James, it's so good to see you, and I can't wait to learn more. I'm just so excited.
I just want to say I could not be more excited. Congratulations to everybody for taking a massive leap of faith.
James, it's so good to see you, and
there was so much trust involved in us kind of like hustling like crazy, all weekend for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. To all the elites like Louisa and Lauren, Lizetta, Karina.
I can't wait to.
It's just been an insanely positive, crazy experience, and there's been tears and sadness, but we've come out so fast, so positive, and so excited about what's ahead. And I am here for it 100%.
Yeah. it's been an absolute team effort to get us all here, guys. And all your leaders that have got you here, or the leaders itself, just thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this was not our choice and it wasn't easy, but we found a really good place. The more I deep dive into this business and this company, I'm so impressed, and I know you all will be too. And listening to Louise even ask all these questions, and Amanda ask a question, I was like, huh, what? Like, I think I'm a bit of a geek. Isn't everybody excited to have these wealth of knowledge in the business, And we can give you knowledge on lots of other stuff. So this is going to be one big collaborative team. And the one underlining thing that we all have in common, we all lead with heart. We all lead with culture. We all lead with integrity. We all lead with trust. And we all share. If we keep that going, and the leadership you walk past is the leadership you stand for. So we do not stand for anything but kindness and love and sharing and being able to pull each other up. So I know that even with us all collaborating now, this is going to be so, so cool. If everybody can put their cameras on, I'd love to take a video and just be like, and you put this on your socials if you want to, but you put it on your socials and be like, yes, how cool is this? Take a video, guys. Give me some waves. Get some videos on. Hello. Yes. Hello, Aggie. Hello, Ashley. Hi, guys. Hi, Melina. Oh, my goodness. Yes. I'll put this to the chats for you guys as well. This is going to be our best year. I can't even tell you. I feel like I'm 8 years ago, Annika. And I know I'm a force, but I was pretty, full on back then. And I know that I have more determination right now because I feel so invigorated. I feel like I've just started back in this industry 8 years ago. So I'm motivated. And I'm sure you all will be too, in time when onboarding and seeing what we've been seeing, or even feeling that little bit of excitement now. This is going to be a magic year for us. And there's such a silver lining to this. And we have James. Fabulous. Does anybody want to say anything now, or we can just jump off? You're more than welcome to speak.
I'm very keen to do the chat GPT training too, Annika.
Perfect. I'll give it straight to you, straight off the Zoom. We're on.
Yeah.
You can meet Alice. She's amazing. She's your AI friend.
Just with like the drops, if we want to use like one-liners and that on our content, can we actually like say burn 2 times faster without exercise? Like, are there claims we can actually? Is there any more?
Yes. Everything, if you take a look at, I'll type it in here. Anything that's on the PartnerCo site, by the way, if you ever see any of the writing for any of the products, you can say anything that's on the PartnerCo site. So all of that marketing is approved, but we have a site here, day, night info. So this is like the funnel that I use when I'm talking about day and night drops. It's in the boards, in the scripting as well too. But you can read that, you can watch the video, anything that the video says, you can utilize as well too.
Awesome. Systems are amazing, James. We're really appreciative to not have to do anything when we came in and just worry about this. Has been remarkable. We absolutely made the right decision with choosing a very kind and wonderful human like yourself. And you guys will all meet Becky and little baby Jaden in time, I'm sure.
Yes, 100%. I just got to say, this team, I was telling Annika this earlier, I believe this team has the capacity to be one of the biggest and fastest growing teams in all of 2025. You're a team full of heart, collaboration, servant mind, and you're fun. You guys are just next level. So big congratulations to each of you. So excited to partner with you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Us too. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. All right. And that's what Kirsten says all the time too. So we're going to have some fun while earning some money and changing some lives and cleaning up some people's health. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I cannot wait to work with you guys even more. Let's bring it on. 2025, we're going to have the best time ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Also, just if anybody's still on here, I've done a business presentation today. If anybody wants to share it, it's on YouTube and it directs people back to you. So I'll share it all through the chats as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Uh,
Thank
No
you.
worries.
Thanks, Annika.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.